Good evening, welcome to the DSM-4 show. I'm your host, Gareth, Chief Art Director of Gazpacho. Tonight we're talking about dissociative identity disorder, aka multiple personality disorder. What is multiple personality disorder? I'll tell you because I wrote it down on this paper. Check it out. Dissociative identity disorder is a mental process which produces a lack of connection in a person's thoughts, memories, feelings, actions, or sense of identity. Dissociative identity disorder is assumed to develop from prolonged trauma experienced by the person with the disorder. The dissociative aspect is thought to be a coping mechanism in itself. The person literally dissociates him or herself from a situation or experience as too violent, dramatic, or painful to comprehend with his or her conscious self. Who is at risk? Research indicates that both biological and environmental factors work together to cause it. As far as the environmental aspect goes, those suffering from DID were severely neglected or emotionally abused. In some cases, there was no physical or sexual abuse at all. Children with parents who are frightening and unpredictable in their behavior become dissociative themselves. 0.1% to 1% of the general population have been diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, so it's pretty rare. However, 7% of the general population could be undiagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, so it's still rare, but not as rare as you thought it was a few seconds ago. Right now, we're going to cross over to my co-host, Gareth, too, and he's going to talk about the symptoms of multiple personality disorder. Over to you, Gareth. Thank you, Gareth. Now let me cover the symptoms. 2 or more distinct personalities will have to be displayed in the person with the disorder. An inability to recall key information that is too far-reaching to be mere forgetfulness. Highly distinct memory variations which fluctuate with the person's split personalities. The personalities have their own age, sex, and race. Each has his or her own postures, gestures, and way of talking. Sometimes the alters are imaginary people or animals. Other symptoms include depression, mood swings, suicidal tendencies, sleep disorders, eating disorders, anxiety, panic attacks, phobias, which are reactions to stimuli or triggers, alcohol or drug abuse, compulsions and rituals, psychosis, headaches, amnesia, time loss, out-of-body experiences, self-persecution, self-sabotage, inward or outward inflicted violence. And a person with dissociative identity disorder may do things which they wouldn't normally do, but they feel compelled to do it, such as stealing, speeding, reckless driving. Sufferers describe it as being a passenger in their own body, therefore indicating that they have no choice. Back to you, Gareth. Nice work, Gareth. Next time, wear pants. Take a sip. After the break, we're going to show a live diagnosis of multiple personality disorder. But right now, a word from our sponsor. Greetings, comrades. Pretty soon, you'll be standing in the election lines, getting ready to vote for your favorite party. I won't be voting for ANC. Instead, I'll be voting for DA. Why? Because Helen Zille is a woman, and she gets me. Yes, I am a man, but legally I'm not allowed to carry a gun. So what I do is, I take tampons and slingshots, and whenever I'm about to get mugged, I shoot tampons at the criminal. What self-respecting criminal is still going to rob someone after having tampons shot at their face? But, sadly, Jacob Zuma doesn't get women, but Helen Zille does. If Helen Zille is voted president, tampons will be free in public bathrooms. This means people like me who rely on tampons for self-defense will have easier access to to these tampons and have a more secure lifestyle. Thank you. My name's Jason. What recent events have happened? Well, I was with my 2-year-old son and he started peeing on the television, and it reminded me of something Mampela Rampela said. So I took out my camera.
Yeah, I'll be the first to admit, I hate a guy. But really, we were just strolling there, having a nice time, and then we walking, we're all happy, and then this guy haunts us with a bottle. I mean, really now. We just trying to have a nice time. I just hit him once and he was on the ground.
Well, I just don't see why boys have to be circumcised. Because there's no scientific evidence that has any logical reason as to why a boy should be circumcised. I think it's outdated and we should move on. So it's like, I'm on stage, man, and I'm rocking out, you know, to like the whole audience, and you're feeling my vibe. But then the next thing I know, I'm naked and in some random guy's house, and they're all naked, and I have no idea what's going on. Wait, where am I? Well, I'm holding a guitar. Pause. There is no alpha male, because I'm the alpha male.
Fact!
Yeah, ne. I'm very, very shy. Ish. How did I become so shy? It was long, long ago. When I was this small, like maybe 10 years old or something. And I was at the shopping center with my mom. And I needed to wee very, very bad. Yo, it was like, fuck. That's how bad I needed to pee. Yo. And then I was like, Mama, I need to pee. And she was just like, Mama, go use the public toilets. And I normally don't use the public toilets, because I don't like the things inside. It's a surprise. So I walk into the toilets and I look to the eat stall, and I found the one with the least amount of amakaka around. So I go inside, and I was still so small that I wasn't too experienced with being up. So I sat down and I made my pants become down, and while I'm busy weaving, this man, he comes and he pushes his head over the stall and he's like, show me your penis. Yeah, hey. Alright. You either have dissociative identity disorder or vaginismus, bro. What do I think a disorder is? I think it's behavior that doesn't fall into the order of the system. And given the history of the human race, how much can you really trust the system? I'm going to get political here because I have an afro and I'm naturally inclined to get political. As did Jimi Hendrix, fooled in it, you get the jig. We always deem that which is different to the norm as negative. The term abnormal itself is viewed indifferently. But that's what comes with the human condition. What if our brain's capacity is just heightened as it seeks comfort from the trauma? In nature, there's always a balance. It's the duality of life. Just like anger and happiness are the two opposite sides of what we call emotion. So far, we only research how these disorders are triggered by uncomfortable to terrible things. However, What if we explored positive ways of accessing essentially what I see as a gift and untapped resource? But society would have to accept and adapt to this, so our world would be more hospitable to all, and we can all benefit from each other's differences. I think more people would be accepting of our polygamous president Jacob Zuma if he had multiple personalities, and his wives passed him around according to the personality he was exhibiting. Like, oh yes, he's yours now, his personality has changed, ne? What if we were on the verge of evolution and we were all capable of expressing and experiencing various innate personalities, which could make life more bearable and more fulfilling? We see it happen when a gentle man becomes an aggressive man who's tired of being stepped on. What if as we age, we grow into a new personality, while our personalities adapt to our partners and vice versa, thus making people forever compatible and bond stronger? Yet you can't say my ideas are unrealistic and too far-fetched if we haven't explored that avenue yet and adjusted our social norms and structures. In my opinion, having one personality is more of a disorder as it's limiting the full experience of life. Yeah. That's all we have for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but thank you for watching the DSM-4 show and thank you for supporting Despacho. Once again, I'm your host Gareth, and tune in next time when we do a special on Caster Semenya's parents, who are actually leprechauns. Good night.